Hello there my fellow Holo Table Heroes and welcome to another Galactic Challenge video. Happy Friday everybody, hope you had a great week and that you're looking forward to have a relaxing weekend ahead of you. But before we get our weekend started, we have to take care of our new Hutt Cartel challenge versus Mandalorians. As always, I'll cover the modifiers, the feats, and then show you the battles. So I got two battles here in total for you. So the first one will be Hutt Cartel, that I was actually able to get all the feats in a single battle, and then the second one will be Traya led Sieve team that can get damage over times for you as well, in case you don't get to do it with Hutt Cartel, as I will show you in the video. But otherwise, let's just get started. Now, first things first, at first it looked like it's going to be a very difficult challenge here, like an absolute RNG fest, but after trying out different turn order and everything, I really got my strategy down well, the turn order and what I need to do to get this quite easily done. So hopefully you can try and replicate it on your end. Anyway, first let's start off with modifiers for Endor. Now, part of the tribe, this is one of my favorite modifiers. It's really fun because everybody get an ability that has a shared cooldown between everybody, and then depends on who uses it, it does a different thing. So if attacker uses it, everybody are called to assist. If healer or support, you gain some bonus turn meter, and if tank uses it, you gain foresight and critical hit immunity, which is nice as well. So definitely use that to your advantage whenever you can. The Hutt Cartel modifier, it really should be called Cheese is the Way modifier, because it really allows you to cheese all these feats even with lower gear Hutt Cartel, as you will see. Moving on, we've got the modifier then from the enemy. Now it's the code modifier for Mandalorians, and what happens is for every time you deal damage to anybody, all of them gain a stack of clan loyalty, and for each of these stacks they gain more protection and as well counter chance. So eventually they'll be constantly counter attacking, so you gotta be really sometimes careful what you're doing. Now the real threat on the enemy side is actually Maul, because obviously he can land buff immunity on your guys, and if he does that, especially on Cad Bane, then you won't be able to get protection up, and then they can, finish off your guys. Luckily, AI is not very smart, so they're all over the place. So in most cases, your Cad Bane will stay alive, even if you maybe they do land buff immunity on them. They'll keep going after the weaker allies you have. And the second thing, obviously, their bow, as long as she's alive, they will constantly be recovering health and protection whenever they attack out of turn, which is a lot. So first we'll be taking out Bo-Katan. It's very straightforward, very easy with the starting sequence I'll show you. Then we'll take care of the rest. So in terms of the feats, obviously you have to win with a full Hutt Cartel team, and then the other two feats are win after scoring 3 critical hits in a row. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then we've got the damage over times. We have to attempt to inflict damage over time 30 times. Now obviously there's probably many ways to do it. I'll just do some sort of Sieve team there with Traya lead, and then Darth Vader for damage over time feat. So let's first kick off now with the Hutt Cartel. As always, I'll be going my trusty Cad Bane lead because his contract is very easy to trigger. Oh, forgot even to put a mod on him. Okay. Anyway, we'll just make it work. It doesn't even matter. He's still quite durable here. Reasonably fast as well. Up next, we got Boba. I just modded him this time for potency and speed. I really need his healing immunity and ability blocks to stick. Then Karsantan. I always have him modded for tenacity, but he doesn't resist anything. So it looks like in these challenges, enemies have potency juiced up. This time I'm bringing in Lando because he's got this ability that can give bonus turn to one of your allies. So we'll utilize that to get a contract very quickly. In terms of his mods, I just modded him for speed, and then Leia, she's the key hero component as well. Just I modded her for speed and potency, so hopefully her thermal detonators land. Now, in order for this challenge to be easy, you will need this Zeta here on level 8, because this will add assists by Leia, which means more thermal detonator on the enemies. They will quickly pile up, and most importantly, whenever enemy has a deadly bluff on them, they can't attack out of turn. So for the first 2 turns, the enemies won't be able to actually counter attack and assist. So this will really allow you to get your plays going in the beginning without much trouble. Okay, so let's roll the footage now, and let me show you how this one will go. Okay, so first things first, I was not able to outrun Maul. He's very fast. Luckily, the rest of the team is very slow. First, put healing immunity on Bo. So there we go. Then you go more thermal detonators with Leia. And then I'm going to pass turn over to Boba. And then I'm going to target Bo and use the event ability to get mass assist. And this should now trigger the contract. I'm going to do an AoE here, get ability block on Bo. So if she does get a turn, she doesn't daze us. And then we'll just have to go after Beskar Mando at the time being. He's got a taunt on him because of Maul there. Okay, they got a few plays going. I'm just going to go back to Bo, just basic. I don't want to dispel over their ability block on her. That's why I didn't use Boba's execute. Let's go ahead, throw the bombs, and Bo-Katan is already down. So it's very easy to get her down because of the healing immunity and all those thermal detonators that Leia is stacking. Now we're kind of stuck behind Beskar Mando for the time being, so we'll just keep going after him. So as you can see, AI is not very clever. Because, you know, we don't have a taunt on Kersanta and he's got buff immunity, but luckily AI is not very clever, so you can just keep going. Let's go ahead and land the healing immunity on Sabine as well. And I'll just keep stacking thermal detonators on Beskar Mando. We can't do anything else at this point. Just keep going. Alright. Almost there. There we go. Got 17 thermal detonators. We'll see if that will be enough. Let's just go ahead, go after Sabine again, trying to get her down also. She's got AoEs and stuff. Let's go ahead and just do basics here. I don't want to push back Mando's turn, actually. I want those thermal detonators to explode and get him out. Alright, he went into whistling birds, which is good, so he won't be able to do a whole lot while he's just standing there. And let's go ahead, throw the bombs. Boom, there goes Sabine. There goes Mando, and now we're just stuck behind the Imperial Super Commando, so we'll just go after him, and hopefully once those thermal detonators do go off, it'll take him down as well. It will be enough, and then we'll just have to take care of Maul. Again, there's a bit of RNG here again, what Maul does, like if he gets a lucky shot there, and he does the right thing, it puts buff immunity on your Cad Bane, you could be in trouble, but in most cases, AI is simply not clever enough to do that. Again there, just keep going. All those thermal detonators. Just take a turn. Super. There we go. Finally got him down. And now just down to Maul. Don't worry, Maul will take a lot of turns. He'll keep a little bit healing up. But eventually, you will get him down. You can land healing immunity with Boba's execute on him. And then all those damage over times and thermal detonators will eventually explode. And he will go down. It just may take, you know, a couple of minutes or so to get it down. There we go. I was even able to complete damage over time feat with this team on my second run when I was testing. So you can actually get all the feats done in a single battle with this team. Okay, so in case you didn't manage to get damage over times feat done with your Hutt Cartel like I did in this particular battle, I was able to get this done, obviously without using Galactic Legends. If you do have Galactic Legends, by all means do use them, it will make this a lot easier. Plenty of ways to do this. Decided to go with Traya lead just because whenever enemies gain buff outside of their turns, their offense will be reduced by 50%, so it will allow your team to survive the initial onslaught. And then as well, whenever they attack out of turn, they get some damage as well from Traya's lead. Obviously, we got their Nihilus for Annihilate, Malak for taunting whenever, you know, they critically hit him, bringing Thrawn for the Fracture, and then Darth Vader for damage over times. So what I did was I a little bit changed the speeds on my guys. I wanted Traya to be the fastest, and Nihilus and Malak, and then really Thrawn and Vader to be slower, just so that Traya goes before Thrawn, she can isolate Beskar Mando, and then Thrawn can go ahead and fracture Maul, and this is the idea. So we'll want to restart until Maul targets Malak, then everybody are assisting and everybody get feared. Now I don't want to drain here Mando, I want him to have taunt on him, so I can go ahead now isolate him, no more taunts. I can go ahead drain them here with Nihilus. Okay, and now we are free to fracture Maul because Beskar Mando is isolated. And now here we go, we can do Force Crush, get those damage over time is going. And here I'll just take my time. I don't want to get, like for example, Beskar Mando to not be the healthiest enemy anymore, because then they will put taunt on somebody else. So what I was doing here, I would just kind of keep going after Maul here. I didn't want to defeat anybody. Use the event ability with Traya, for example, to give more turn meter to your guys. Now Thrawn swaps turn here over with Nihilus, and Nihilus annihilates Maul. And from here on out, it's pretty much straightforward. They can't do a whole lot. You can really trick them to have some sort of a permatent on Malak. You can just, whenever Malak gets a turn, just hit somebody that's not stunned or isolated or dazed, so they can counterattack, critically hit Malak, and this will constantly then allow Malak to have permataunt on them. Same thing when it's somebody else's turn, you can keep hitting them and Malak will keep taking those critical hits, keep spreading fear on them. And here you just kind of stall the battle, just drag it out, don't drain with Malak, don't use Annihilate with Nihilus until you get about 3 or 4 Force Crushes out, just to be on the safe side. And once you do that, you're good to go to finish the battle, annihilate, cull them, and this will then hopefully get you damage over time feat done as well. Alright guys, hopefully this video was useful and helpful, just showing you how I was able to get max rewards quite easy again. Initially it looked like it's going to be a very difficult challenge, but after readjusting my turn order for both teams, it was actually very easy, very straightforward. Get the contract triggered in the beginning, and then Leia there throwing all those thermal detonators. So you will definitely need, I think, that Zeta on Leia's unique that I showed you in the beginning to make this challenge very easy. Thank you for watching guys, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.